There seemed to be, in the Reagan era, a confidence and intellectual ambition that is lacking or diminished today. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Reagan era was a time when a lot of conservatives believed, and even people who weren't conservatives believed, that conservatism's time had come in America, and that the previous few decades had sort of shown the limitations of the liberalism of either the economic liberalism of the New Deal era, the cultural liberalism of the 1960s and 70s, and that the future belonged to the right. And Reagan winning these landslide elections and being as popular a figure as he was just confirmation of that. And you saw that confidence, I think, even into the 90s and even into the George W. Bush years, the sort of belief that, as people often say, the country is center right, meaning the natural majority in the country is conservative, and over time, this will kind of solidify. Americans will kind of see the error of their previous liberal ways, and conservatives will build a kind of enduring new, not only electoral success for the Republican Party, but a sort of an ideological governing success for right of center policy. And that really changed, I think, maybe to say it all changed in 2008 is a little too cute, a little too simple, but there certainly was a kind of a pivot point at the end of the second Bush administration and Obama's election, which really shook, I think, the confidence of a lot of conservatives that the future belonged to them in America. And part of it was that Obama himself, obviously he won and was reelected. He didn't make the same concessions to conservatism and conservative policies that Bill Clinton had done in the 90s. He was elected by, in large part, because of strong support among a younger generation of voters who seemed more liberal and less conservative than previous generations. And of course, he himself kind of personified change in a lot of ways, race being one of them, but not the only one. Even with Trump's election to succeed Obama, we don't really see that old conservative swagger back. The Trump administration has a very besieged quality to it. It's surrounded by enemies on all sides, and almost, literally with the with the barriers they're putting up in front of the White House. That sort of reflects a larger mentality. I think that a lot of people, Trump has not seemed to sort of make conservatives more popular in the country at large the way that Reagan did. And so there still is this feeling of precariousness, I think, on the right that has led in some ways to the sort of, the sort of negative, fearful and angry tone that a lot of this administration has had. And really, again, quite literally treating parts of this country like their enemy territory. Not feeling like Reagan did, that you could speak for the country or could speak for almost all of the country except maybe a few outposts. The sort of feeling that, half the country is sort of somehow not even your country, has become, that sort of mentality, I think, in the Trump era has become unmistakable.